Always something special happening up there, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got a lot going on right now, and something that's really exciting through the 12th, which I guess is next Wednesday, we've got 0% for 72 months on most of our vehicles.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking about this yesterday. He's talking about when's the last time you heard 0% for that long of a period of time?
Yeah, and that's huge because you know every single payment that you're making is just taking it right off what you owe.
Is the normal rate right now what, 2, 3, 4? Something?
Probably the upper twos.
So
yeah, 2.9.
You're talking about a lot of money
Yes.
over the course of 72 months.
Yeah.
And some people are saying, well, why drag it out that long? But really, to be honest with you, why not?
Yeah, it's free.
It's free, yeah.
Right.
Why not?
If you're not paying anymore.
So you're just making payments for the vehicle that you're going to be using. And you're going to have the vehicle that long. Chances are really good because of the quality built into these vehicles nowadays.
Definitely. They last a long, long time. We've never seen vehicles in our history that are built so well and that can go, shoot, it makes it a little tough on us to get you traded out of them.
But you can always talk to some kind of deals there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely. But also notice that of these vehicles, you said most vehicles, and the one that people gravitate toward more than any other in the state of Iowa is?
The Silverado.
Exactly. Now, is that included in this deal?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, truck month, again, it's always truck month at Karl Chevrolet.
It is. Sometimes GM gets on board with us and has their deal with it, but it's always, always it.
Because that is still your number one seller.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it'd be kind of hard to get a little tiny car up on the rock, too.
Yeah.
It spans a little too wide.
Yeah,
it'll be tipped like this, but this way you get a big Silverado up there, it looks better up there.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And then one other thing that we've got that is exciting, normally the Tahoe and Suburban, they don't have any incentives on them. Right now, if you're driving one of those vehicles, they've got a loyalty for $2,000, which is huge on a vehicle that generally doesn't have.
Now, what does that mean? For people that aren't familiar, what does that mean, a loyalty for $2,000?
Well, if you are currently driving a Tahoe or a Suburban, you're eligible for a $2,000 incentive towards a new one.
If you walk in looking for a family vehicle, where do you send people in terms of the difference between a Tahoe and a Suburban? Obviously, one is bigger than the other.
Yeah.
What are people looking at?
Well, it depends. You know, they're both real popular, but it seems like a lot of the families that have sporting events and you've got to haul extra people and extra equipment, that usually lines up with the Suburban.
Okay.
You know, it can work in the Tahoe because you know, the Tahoe's a little easier to park, just a little bit smaller. They're real similar, but one's just probably about 1.5 feet longer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A little bit of extra space.
Now, speaking of Chevys, you got a chance to drive
I was
one
going to
this
say,
week.
and don't forget, if you want to test out any of these vehicles, you guys have something really special with the Chevrolet Experience.
Yeah, and we really would like to invite people in to experience the Chevrolet driving experience because you get to choose, you know, what you might want to drive and see how it fits in your everyday life and learn a lot about all the extra gadgets that are on these vehicles because it takes a lot of time to get acquainted with all that.
And you really don't see any place else doing this. Like I took mine out for a drive, and family was able to see it. And they're like, "Did you get a new car?" I'm like, "I'm just testing one out. I'm getting it the Chevy Experience." But they're like, "Well, when do you have to get this back?" I'm like, "Well, I can keep it for a couple of days." And they're like, "What?" It's like you don't hear about that where you're able to actually drive it. And like you said, there's so many gadgets that you can't just figure that out in a loop around the building.
Right.
You need to experience.
Yeah, some of your competitors might give you 24 hours, but you guys give them a couple of days.
You know, 3, even up to 4 days if we have to.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people still talking about a vehicle that made a big impact of volts, and you guys have some volts on.
Yes, we do.
In stock.
Yeah, and we've got a couple of 14s left.
really?
I think 2 of them. You can get a really, really good deal there, and then we've got 15s, which also have good incentives on them, and get yourself a good deal.
Now, we were talking new cars here, obviously, with some of the great incentives for some new cars, but when it comes to pre-owned, you guys are still at the top of the list, aren't you?
Number 1 in the nation.
In the nation, folks.
Not just Iowa, we're talking the nation, and also we're talking for quite a span of time. We're talking 9 years, and we're working on our 10th right now.
and I can see it coming too. So take advantage of it. Help them make 10 in a row, but 9 years consecutive. #1 pre-owned dealership in the nation.
Yeah, and part of what has helped get us there is how nice our cars are. They're second to none in the pre-owned market, and the reason for that, we won't take any shortcuts. You know, GM has quite a list that you have to stand up to, but then Karl's is a little bit beyond that, and if we can't pass it through with flying colors, we will take it to the sale and let somebody else deal with it. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it's bad for the customer. It's bad for you guys because you'd have to take it back and mess with it. So why not put a quality product out there and make everybody happy? Right?
No, a lot of times people will see their dealership for the first time and they'll pass by and then they'll call up and they'll say, hey, I just saw that Karl Chevrolet dealership. How many cars do they have out there? Because there's a city of vehicles out there. You guys have any idea how many vehicles you have on property?
On the ground right now, we've probably got about 1,300.
1,300?
Yeah.
And it's such a big complex. If people are interested in what we're saying today, you're like, you know what, I need to get over there, especially since the 0% financing is ending on Wednesday. Where do you send everybody? Where do you tell them to go?
KarlChevrolet.com, and you can shop every vehicle that we have, and unless it's something that just landed, we're even trying to get pictures of those pre-owned ones before they're detailed up and ready.
Oh, really?
So you can get a kind of a snapshot.
Get an idea what's out there.
Yeah.
All right,
Wonderful.
So great idea. So go visit the website and then stop on over. And if nothing else, when you walk in the front doors, Brett's office to the right, just go, hey, Brett. Wait, big windows. You can wave at them in the office.
And you know, one other thing related to the certified that we've got going that nobody else has, most of the other certified dealers have a 3-day exchange policy. And what that means, if you pick a vehicle out and it's just not quite working right for you, you can bring it back and exchange it for another one. But we've got a 7-day.
So you get a full week.
Yeah. And you know, by then you'll know if you've made the right choice, and if you feel it's not right, you'll come back in and we'll work with you and get that right vehicle and have you on your way.
And you'll make it right.
Absolutely.
All right, so again, take advantage of the 72 months, 0% financing, but it ends on Wednesday at Karl Chevrolet at The Rock.